I don't want to say anything that I will be regretting in the future. I don't want to say anything that I will be regretting in the future.
But we're about to hit a team breathwork session, which is a ritual we've done before every fight. We basically charge up with our breath, and it's like a deep, long meditation. The first session I ever did, it was so powerful. I started crying, I started laughing.
And we're using a breathwork technique to go into a non-ordinary state.
It just brings up so many emotions,
So he says, we're going to use a breath technique to go into a non-ordinary state. That's what the guy just said.
thoughts. Maybe there's some weird spiritual higher powers controlling this career.
Maybe there's some weird spiritual higher powers controlling this career. And this guy, by the way, made $45 million last year. He was Forbes' #2 most paid YouTuber and influencer. And he says maybe there's some spiritual higher powers controlling his career. There are. They're called demons.
I wish that I could have knocked him out at the start, but as we saw, I didn't want to put him down early. You all know I was handcuffed. I don't want to say anything that I will be regretting in the future. I don't want to say anything that I will be regretting in the future. But all I can say now is the first 20 seconds was enough for me to end Jake Paul.
Let's get high, yeah, you know I'm about to roll. Please, yeah, you know I gotta pull. Let's live life, live once I'm about to turn up. Get fly, oh for sure it's about to go up. Let's get high, yeah, you know I'm about to roll. Please, yeah, you know I gotta pull. Let's live life, live once I'm about to turn up. Get fly, oh for sure it's about to go up. Roll my blunt and pass my lighter. Lit pop shit, get higher. I'm the hottest, call me fire. Rock out, jump up, live my life up.
Family, what's the word? We are back. Hey y'all, thanks for being here. Real talk. Through the ups and downs, I appreciate y'all. Keep on liking the videos, keep commenting, keep hyping up the videos, and always consider subbing to the channel. Now, this Anthony Joshua Jake Paul thing, it's not sitting right whatsoever, and it didn't sit right from the beginning of what I seen with the boxing match. I didn't watch it live, but I did watch the highlights, and the outfit, the height of Joshua 6'6". Jake Paul predicted the 6th round. It went to the 6th round. Where and how did they find this ref to allow a person to drop to their knees that many times? Now, in the preview clip, you heard Jake Paul, or not Jake Paul, but you heard Joshua say, I couldn't do what I wanted to. I could have made it really quick, but my hands were cuffed. What does that mean in a boxing match? If your hands are cuffed in a boxing match, that means you can't fight. My hands were cuffed. And he said, I don't want to say too much because it might affect, I don't know how it will affect me in the future. I think we might have seen it, y'all. I really do. I think we might have seen it. Now, the bag, what they call the purse in professional boxing, the purse. These two, let's see, it shows that Anthony Joshua reportedly made 92 to 93 million from the fight against Jake Paul. Some reports indicate he could net around 50 million after certain deductions are taken out. The massive earnings came from an estimated total purse of 184 million for the blockbuster event. Come on, y'all. And what you got to keep in mind is it's like a high price sparring session. Where did this dude get the credibility from to be able to fight people that have trained their entire lives to box? He's a YouTuber. Okay, you can be practicing it forever, but where's your golden glove? Or where's a silver glove? Where's anything with this man boxing? It's like he went straight to the elite league. How does that work? How do you skip the levels? You got to make that make sense. When you put that in perspective and you think about viewership, influence, venues, all you see is dollar signs. Now, I want to say that my last video I made about this, I didn't know who the people were that were in the car, but I did indicate that they had to be of some significance because of how this whole thing happened and just the timing and then the numbers around it. Now, they reportedly say that Anthony Joshua's best friend, and coach and personal trainer were no more after this event that happened. Yeah. Now, some people say that if you participate in these certain things, it has to be somebody that's very valuable to you. I'm not going to say what more, but in his scenario, your boxing coach, he helped you get to where you are. Your best friend, he's been there through ups and downs. That's a hell of a loss, y'all. That is a hell of a loss. But they're not going to give you those M's without getting something in return. Let's be real about that. Now, I want to get into a few clips. Some are going to be what I initially said in my first video about the fight and how it seemed very ritualistic from the red audience, the sixes that are involved in the whole thing, and just the numerology. Let's get to the content. Nothing sits right about this situation. I don't know where to start, honestly, but this Jake Paul, Anthony Joshua thing, it screamed ritual, and that's just, to me, allegedly, and it screamed unnatural. It was nothing organic about this thing. And I must say this, there's nothing organic about Jake Paul's boxing career. He placed himself in these situations. Now, my son will watch, there's another Paul dude that, I think he has a son. My son used to watch them, and I would watch the dude practice boxing in his house and all this stuff, but we never saw any amateur fights. I don't understand when and where and how this guy just upped and got to the big leagues, but nevertheless, he's here. Now, real quick, I want to insert this clip. You saw it at the beginning of the video. They were describing a ritualistic meetup in which they practice a certain type of breathing. And this certain type of breathing tends to invoke spirits, thoughts, things like that. This man said he went from crying to laughing. That's no pre-fight ritual I want to be a part of. Like, really, what type of breathing technique are you doing that's gonna make you cry and laugh? And it makes you feel prepped to go out here and have a boxing match. I just thought that was really weird to accredit your performance to higher or lower or darker entities, to say the least. But it's something more, you guys. And this is why I made this video, because it just didn't seem right. The fight even looked like a ritual. Even if you look at the crowd, why is the crowd red? I made that video, y'all, like the night of the fight or the day after the fight. It bothered me that much. But shout out to the comment section. Y'all be tapping in with your boy. I want to go over some comments and just see what the people really think. I was filming this video and I got a text that said, Trap House, his UK tax was 66 million or something like that. if I ain't mistaken. Let me see if I can find. Anyway, that was one of the comments. So I'm like, you know what? Let me tap in with my people who really be taking the time out to comment. And let's see what we can find. I don't want to make you guys wait too long. Let's see. Hey, I think his promoter had a hand in it as well. Soon as I heard this, I said super suspicious. That's what the Connect says. Ooh, the rapper dude. He said at 5:58. No, when he said Jake Paul had spirit, that was so weird in itself. Because remember the clip of Jake Paul going into the basement, and that's what I put at the beginning of the video for a reason, y'all. He said he had spirit. And didn't I say that was a funny thing to say after you said your hands were tied? How can you sit there and say a dude has a fighting spirit when he's constantly on his knees and your hands are tied or cuffed, as he said, and you can't box to your full potential because it's rigged? That's when I felt like he said too much. Now here's the comment. Trevor Dale 1038 said UK tax bill for Anthony Joshua, $66 million for the fight. The numbers are there, y'all. But it's so wild that this happened, and I made the video when the fight happened that it seemed like a huge ritual. If you look at the pics that I got up in the for the visual, you can look at the crowd. They're red. When have you ever seen that at a boxing match? I've been at plenty boxing matches, and I've seen the lights go over the people, certain lights, but never just a stationary red light. And then you got to look at Jake Paul's outfit. Come on. And then how much can you get your butt whooped? How much can you get your butt whooped and just keep sticking out your tongue? That was the serpent's tongue. And I did a video on Charlemagne, and he spoke about 2025. Now let me cook, y'all. 2025 is a year of the snake. Jake Paul kept doing the serpent's tongue. Charlemagne stated that 2025 is the year of the snake because we're going to be shedding this and shedding that. No, not whatsoever. It sounded cool, but I think it's the year of the truth, and everything's going to be getting uncovered. Make it make sense, y'all. But let's get back to some of these comments. And shout out to y'all that take the time to comment. Real talk. Thank y'all so much. Let's see. They got somebody upset. I don't think it was because Jake Paul got injured. Well, I don't know, actually. I just know what I know. Let me just start there. Let's see. I seen a UK news article about this and TikTok that said 2 people were in the vehicle. Yeah. The gematria says 223 is all over this. Now, what they're saying in shorthand form is the Skull and Bones Club, and this is all allegedly. Don't take this information and run with it. I'm not saying this is true by law. I'm just giving my opinion, and y'all see us reading comments. So, yeah, we're going to leave it right there. Let's see. Marcus Jones said, to add to this, the higher-ups already took half of his purse for that fight, say due to taxes, but we know better than that. That's interesting. J Soul 91, I believe it was a ritual. Also, I believe AJ has now moved up in the ranks of the Boule/Masons. Also, his pendant is suspicious. It looks like the number 3 and the letter M, but also resembles a Mason's compass from a certain angle. 33 million people tuned in to watch this fight, y'all. That's the highest level of masonry. Keep that in mind. Anthony Joshua survived the car crash with his 2 friends when they lost their lives. This man only had a few scratches, y'all. Period. That's all I'm saying. Don't just take all this stuff in, y'all. Question everything. Even when I say it, question it. Look it up, because they say the best place to hide something from is in a book. or somewhere they know you're gonna have to read. So question everything, you guys. I'm out. Peace.